says it's starting, but it's not telling me it's started. So I am going to just dive right in. Say happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. I hope this is recording. Let's hope. Let's hope. Today, I would like to discuss the endless possibilities of a blank canvas. A few days ago, I was gifted a whole box of used oil paints. It's like Christmas around here. And I've talked in the past on art supplies and how it's really important to use high quality oil paints, the best money can buy. But the one thing about oil paints is that they very rarely go bad. It takes a long time, many decades, before they start getting too rock hard or whatnot. And the box of paints that was given to me, there's a lot of really good Grumbacher and really, really good quality paint. It's a little tough getting the lids off a few of them, but some are fabulous. And some I have never used the colors before. Can you imagine what could happen when I start using geranium red? I think maybe it's like my lipstick. Who knows? Yeah, should be good. And let's see what other colors were in there. There was a lot of great colors. I'm going to be passing some of the tubes of paint on to my students because there is a lot in this box. So if you've got some old oil paints down in your basement hiding away, pull them out and use them. They are a whole story in themselves, and who knows what they could tell you. New colors are always a good thing, and this is kind of one of those situations where I want you to what's the phrase? Do as I say, not as I do, because as I'm thinking about this, I've got a very recommended palette that I recommend to all my students. Certain canvases, certain colors, certain brushes. And I don't always take my own advice because sometimes it's good to really mix things up. Throw in the odd color that you don't normally use, and it really, really pays off and can inspire new things. And the same thing, I pulled out some paint brushes here because look, this is one of the brushes that I recommend to all my students, and I love it. It's amazing. And it's a synthetic brush bristle. I used to use hog hair all the time. Now I use these. And I like the flat. See, I like it. And a few years back, I went and bought some of these rounds. Look at that. Fun stuff. I call these my Van Gogh brushes because I watched a fabulous art documentary which talked all about, showed, how Van Gogh did those strokes, and they were whimsical and fresh and thick paint. So I immediately went out and bought a bunch of these. You can tell they're not very stained, but they're great. But I don't use them because I all the time go back and use the ones that I'm used to. What the brushes that I was trained on, I keep using it. So maybe with my brand new art colors that I got in this box, I might go and use my Van Gogh brushes. Wouldn't that be fun? Because why not? There is endless possibility in this paintbrush. We've all got to challenge ourselves and push ourselves from being stuck in a rut. You don't want to stay in a closed little box. There's a whole world out there. And I talked in one of my most recent art lectures, 10-minute art tips, about if you like painting on small canvases, make sure you occasionally paint on a big canvas. If you like painting big, make sure you go small. And I also talked about how to be careful if you're using a square canvas because compositions can be challenging on a square canvas. So guess what I'm going to say to you today? I'm going to say pull out a square canvas every once in a while. Don't always do rectangular canvases. It's important to really push your boundaries on occasion. Not all the time, because you know what? Sometimes it's really good to stay with what you know, the colors you know, and you understand how you're going to mix up some good colors. That's really important. Isn't this the blue of the handle of this brush? Isn't it stunning? That's a beautiful color in itself. really hope this video is recording because it still says it's loading. Who knows? I'm going to have to do it all over again. But in the meantime, I also want you to think about changing up your subject matter on occasion. Because you know what? I paint landscapes for the most part, but every once in a while it's nice to like do a still life or do some flowers or totally change it up a bit. Do paint a bunch of vases. Like, why not? There are no rules when it comes to picking what you want to paint. You do have to keep in mind your 5 rules of fine art: your composition, your line, your color, your shape, your value. As long as your painting has got those things, you are way ahead. You can do whatever you want, and the possibilities are endless. And remember, I also want you to do art every day. It doesn't matter if you're looking at an art book, watching an art documentary, doing a sketch. The sketching thing every day is very good. Your daily art practice, do not forget that. It's vitally important. And by the way, while I'm waving this brush around, remember, this is how you want to hold your brush. You don't ever, ever, ever want to hold it anywhere near the silver ferrule. That's like this. Holding your brush like this is like writing or a pencil. This is how you hold your paintbrush, and you're going to lay on your paint strokes and you're going to leave it. Lay it on, leave it. You will hear me say that multiple times. I do like the color of this brush. I really must use it more often. Okay, don't box yourself in. Remember to be open to the possibilities. There are endless possibilities. So don't forget to just go in, have some fun. And if it doesn't work, it's totally all right. It's totally fine. Every canvas is not meant to be a finished, signed piece. This is all about us enjoying our art and enjoying ourselves. So just go for it. Have fun. What else do I need to tell you? New colors, new brushes, new subject matter. Oh, and don't forget about your palette knife. Every once in a while, if you really want to loosen yourself up, if you are feeling boxed in, if you're feeling like you're totally getting stuck in a rut, pull out your palette knives and do a little fun with them, because they will help to loosen you up completely. You can't be rigid and stuck and, in that fine fitted box when you're with a palette knife, because you have to move quick. You have to get the painting done. You have to your paint before your paint dries. So push yourselves. And I also want to mention that I am in the process of organizing an online art course that will be being launched in October of 2022. So please let me know if you're interested in getting information on the launch date, prices, and the lectures and what it'll all be about. I'm sure I'll mention it again in my videos that are coming up. There will be a lot of information in the course, and I'm excited to share it with you. This is something I've been wanting to do for about the last decade, and it's finally going to come to fruition. So yay on that. If you have any questions that you would like me to talk about in these 10-minute art tips, drop me a note about that as well. If there's something you'd like me to teach in my lecture, I'm open to any ideas. I'm in the planning stage right now in this online course. Let me know what it is you want to see. I'm wanting to talk about creativity and how to get you inspired and what it is you need to get to that next place. I'm here to help you do that. And so keep asking your questions, keep letting me know, and I will see you again here on Facebook Live next Monday, where I'll be doing another 10-minute art tip. And have a great day. I hope this recorded. Okay, and have a good week. Okay, bye for now.